On the night of January 25, 2026, the Philippines passenger ferry MV Trisa Kerstin 3 left Zamboanga City for the municipality of Jolo, carrying 314 passengers. There was no gale warning in the area at the time of the voyage, although the Philippine Coast Guard noted the occurrence of strong winds generated by the northeast monsoon, locally known as Amihan. At 1:50 a.m. on January 26, the ship issued a distress call 5 km from Baluk-Baluk Island. Strong waves flooded the vessel's lower deck, causing the ship to list and capsize on its starboard side after the harness securing vehicles on board snapped. At least 65 people died in the sinking, while 14 others remain missing. The sinking was a profound national tragedy that left countless families mourning the loss of their loved ones. While public anger over negligence and protocol failures remain high, a sobering realization has emerged. If the country possessed better rescue technology, could such a loss of life have been prevented? The sinking of MV Trisa Kerstin 3 exposed a critical deficiency in the PCG's maritime rescue capabilities, especially for emergency response. Survivors recounted drifting for hours before the first rescue vessels arrived, while the search for the vessels itself stretched into an agonizing 8-day operation. In the pitch-black ocean and without dedicated long-range aerial surveillance, the PCG was effectively blind. They were forced to rely on surface vessels, which move slowly and are hampered by a limited visual horizon. Therefore, there is a growing need for faster aerial response capabilities. So last month, the PCG Commandant signed the letter of offer and acceptance for 3 Beechcraft King Air from the US through the US FMF program to enhance the Philippines' maritime domain awareness and strengthen its SAR capability. The additional aircraft will improve the PCG's small aviation fleet, which currently consists of 2 Islander aircraft, 1 Cessna Grand Caravan, and 2 Airbus H-145 helicopters. While the PCG has not officially confirmed the specific variant, current acquisition trends and the mission profile suggest they are receiving the King Air 350ER or the newer King Air 360ER. These are one of the most widely used special mission aircraft and are considered the gold standard for maritime patrol for many Coast Guard. The King Air 350ER features a robust airframe measuring 14.2 meters in length with a 17.6 meter wingspan. Its spacious cabin is highly configurable, accommodating up to 11 passengers or multiple dedicated mission workstations. With a substantial 3,200 kg payload capacity, the aircraft easily supports a full suite of ISR sensors and rescue equipment. Performance-wise, its twin-engine configuration delivers a cruise speed of 561 km per hour and an impressive range of nearly 5,000 km, while a service ceiling of 10,600 meters allows it to overfly severe weather. Compared to the Islander or Grand Caravan, the King Air can reach a distress site in nearly half the time with significantly broader coverage. Crucially, its pressurized cabin allows the crew to fly above bad weather, reducing fatigue during the grueling hours of a long-range patrol. To fulfill this mission, the PCG's King Airs most likely to be outfitted with an ISR suit, including a maritime search radar to track dozens of surface vessels simultaneously, and an electro-optical infrared camera to identify objects from miles away, regardless of flight or weather conditions. Furthermore, integrated communication suites and an emergency airdrop capability would allow this aircraft to serve as a command center and first response lifeline, similar to what the UK Coast Guard has. Moreover, during the meeting, the PCG Commandant and the US representative discussed the implementation of the Search and Rescue Optimal Planning System. SAROPS is a US Coast Guard-led initiative that utilizes sophisticated environmental modeling and drift simulation to pinpoint the most probable location of survivors, drastically increasing the probability of success in complex maritime searches. In simple terms, it allows the PCG to go from searching blindly to finding survivors by predicting exactly where persons in distress are likely to drift using advanced computer simulations of ocean currents and weather patterns. Beyond its SAR capabilities, the King Air will become a vital asset for asserting Philippine sovereignty. This transfer is part of the greater US security assistance focused on providing the Philippines with equipment, training, and maintenance abilities to support sustained surveillance and presence missions against Chinese forces. With persistent Chinese maritime militia incursions and illegal fishing within the EEZ, these aircraft provide the high-endurance surveillance needed to document violations. Their presence challenged the gray zone tactics used by the Chinese Coast Guard and naval vessels to block Philippine access to its own waters. The IO-IR camera on board will be the King Air's weapons against Chinese unlawful activities in the West Philippine Sea, capturing illegal fishing and pirate-like action by the Chinese as evidence. This is essential for the Philippines' assertive transparency strategy to publicize China's action to the international community. Chinese maritime militia often turn off their identification to become invisible. King Air's maritime search radar can detect these invincible boats, mapping their exact position to friendly forces to intercept. And because the King Air flies high and fast, it can monitor Chinese-occupied features like the Mischief Reef from a distance, where it's less vulnerable to ship-based interference, providing a constant eye in the sky. The tragedy of the MV Trisa Kerstin III was a painful reminder that hope is not a rescue strategy. In the pitch-black waters of the Basilan Strait, the Philippine Coast Guard was operationally blind, hampered by a lack of aerial surveillance and reliant on slow-moving surface vessels. This critical gap in rescue response turned a maritime accident into a national heartbreak. However, the solution to this humanitarian crisis is the same solution required for the Philippines' most pressing security challenges, the defense of the West Philippine Sea. By acquiring the King Airs, the Philippines is just getting an advanced MPA platform, and this aircraft serves as a bridge between two worlds. In SAR missions paired with the SAR Ops predictive modeling systems, the King Air transformed the PCG fundamentally from a reactive force into a proactive one. What I mean is, currently, the PCG has to wait for a report of an emergency to come in, then send out assets to the distress site. If it's daytime, aerial assets could be brought in, but at night, they can only deploy ships. As a proactive force, the PCG can fly to the site at any time of the day and arrive faster when survivors are still in the golden hour. With data gathered by using SAR Ops, they can predict where the survivors will be 2 to 3 hours from now. They can reduce the search time and spend more time on finding survivors. And when they find it, instead of just sending signals and watching people struggle from above, they can drop a life raft immediately. While in the maritime domain awareness role, the same sensors used to find survivors can also be used to document illegal incursions. The King Air can provide the assertive transparency needed to expose the Chinese maritime militia activities and illegal fishing within Philippines EEZ, ensuring that the country borders are monitored even when no surface ships are present. While 3 King Airs might seem like a modest number, they represent a massive leap in capability for the PCG. This aircraft can perform twice as effectively as the current fleet, operating with precision at any hour of the day or night. In the wake of a maritime emergency, the Filipino people can find peace of mind knowing that these modern assets are out there, utilizing advanced technology to bring their loved ones home. What do you think about the Philippine Coast Guard's new aerial assets? The technology is quite advanced for SAR operation. Should other regional Coast Guard follow the Philippine step in acquiring the King Air? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one.